Look at these flames. This is a very dramatic scene going on. We are trying to figure out exactly what's going on. I certainly hope nobody is injured in this, but look at those flames just shooting up and all the smoke coming. And it looks like it might be, it's hard to tell if it's a construction site or what this is because that fence looks a little unsturdy to be a home, but we have our crews out there, as you can tell.
Do we know which crew this is? It's Jade. Okay, Jade, and she's in the Rosenberg area. So that's what we know so far. We're not quite sure what road this is. We're working to get that information. Of course, we want our crew to be safe first. They're pretty close to it. That was our photographer, Ed, there. So yeah, we can see these flames are kind of kicking up, and it looked like he was kind of, like running to get out of the area. So just incredible. We don't know, what may have sparked this fire. Or what exactly is burning. It's right there next to the road. So of course that could be really hazardous if there's anybody that was, trying to drive through that area. It doesn't look like it's particularly a high water area. You almost kind of wish it was. If there was some high water there, that might help to put some of these flames out. But it's burning pretty good. And again, this is our crew, Jade Fleury, is in the Rosenberg area. So I'm guessing that this is in that area somewhere. And so we're working right now to see if we can get you some more. Southwest Houston.
Windswept
Lane.
And Southwest Houston.
And do we know anything about what? Okay, we don't know yet what might be there that is burning, whether there's a business next to this, or
and this reminds
what this
me
might
of
be.
So many hurricanes in the past where we've seen historic restaurants burn down downtown Houston when things like this happen. And so it's certainly a huge risk when you have winds this high. So many different things can happen, and so not only trees down, but fires can certainly spark. And so, my goodness, this is just such a dramatic scene unfolding, and that's what our crews are finding all over the area, the whole greater Houston area. Every turn they make, they're finding something else, and so you can tell our crews are staying back as safely as they can, but now that smoke is barreling toward them, so they're probably going to have to back up to make sure that they stay safe in this situation, because it looked like that wind gust changed just a little bit the direction of that smoke coming right at them now. Yeah, we don't want them trying to push through that. They've really, they're giving us an incredible view of it. But really, you don't know whether something, might explode or what have you, because we don't know what it is that's burning. Let's check in with Jade right now, who's in that area. Jade, tell us what you're seeing and how you came upon this.
It's getting the electrical lines now.
Jade, can you hear us?
Shit.
Are you guys talking to me here?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're on a hotline.
The fire departments are pulling up right now. Yes. The fire department just pulled up right now. We're told by a business across the street that this is the flea market, and we can see that this fire is burning power lines, possibly even transformers, and honestly, it's getting bigger, so we're trying to kind of back up, but we have fire crews behind us. Now we're kind of trapped in here, but just stand by. Firefighters are about to head over there. Surprisingly, with this downpour going on, it's not enough rain to put out that fire, and we were just driving on 59 and we saw the smoke, so we figured we'd go check it out. But this is what's going on, and it's very surprising that an incident like this can happen in the middle of a hurricane.
But we saw that just some flashes of bright white light. Is that what was that the electrical lines that you're referring to?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like they're sparking because they're burning right now.
And tell me about the smoke. Are you able to breathe okay? Do you feel like you're safe?
Luckily, we're in the car, but I can smell the smoke from the car. And our photographer, Ed, when he went outside to go ask what facility that was, he said that he heard loud noises and popping. Luckily, I don't hear anything right now, but we still see that flashing. It's kind of hard to see through the camera, but in person, you can see sparks and stuff flying.
And it looks like the fire department is
It looks like the smoke is turning white, so that, yep.
You go ahead. What were you
No, exactly what you were saying. It looks like the fire department is starting to put it out.
And perhaps at least assessing a situation to figure out. But we saw some more of those sparks flying because of the electrical lines, perhaps.
And do we know anything about the flea market? Was this, you know, something where there might have, you know, hopefully weren't any, you know, people in there, at, you know, through the storm, but anything about what might have been going on there, or, you know, what kinds of things are stored in that area?
Right now we have very little information. Honestly, we just kind of pulled up on the scene here and happened to be here at the right place at the right time. I know we called 911 as soon as we saw the place on fire, but there are also people on the other side over there. They possibly called the first responders too, but it was very big at one point. Luckily, it looks like the fire department is starting to put it out. But it's quite interesting what would have possibly started this, especially in the middle of a hurricane.
Yeah, I have to wonder if it was a downed power line or something like that.
Yeah, it seems to happen for almost every hurricane. We typically see a fire, really several throughout the area. So no surprise there. Now, as far as this is concerned, it does look like the situation is under control, perhaps, because we did see the black billowing smoke. Now it's turned to white, and we're seeing very few flames. So, I mean, they're definitely still there. It seems like they flare up every once in a while, but certainly seems like it's getting under control. So that is a huge relief. Tell me about that area of what you see around it. So we see a flea market on the left, Jade. What do you see on the right side? And then closer to where you are there any other buildings in that area of what you can see through the smoke?
This does look like a business kind of industrial area. There are a lot of tarps up around the fences, so it's hard to see kind of what other businesses are here. We tried to talk to someone earlier, but unfortunately we didn't speak Spanish, but they were pointing at the fire, and I think they may have been the ones who also notified first responders as well.
Yeah. Probably not a lot of people out to be able to ask and talk to right now, which is a good thing.
And I want to ask Jade, because obviously you guys were relocating. Were you heading towards something? And can you tell us anything about some of the road conditions and what you guys were seeing, you know, on your way to where you were going?
Yeah, we were heading into the city from Rosenberg, and when you saw me earlier, it was just sprinkling, but as we headed up towards on 59, the rain was starting to get more intense, and the rain and the wind gusts, so clearly, you know, the hurricane and the bad weather is not over. But like I said, when we were on 59, that's when we noticed the smoke, and we got off to come check out this scene.
All right, we are so appreciative of you being there. Just one last question for you. A lot of people might not know where Windswept Lane in Southwest Houston is. Can you give us some major cross streets so we have a better idea of where you are?
Yes, give me one moment. A street nearby is Green Ridge, and I would say that we are north of Southwest Freeway.
Okay, that gives us a better idea.
On the west side of Houston.
Okay. All right, Jade, will you all be safe out there? I'm thankful to see that it looks like things are definitely getting under control. We're seeing some firefighters walking out, and looks like nobody's in a huge panic now, so that's a really good thing. Thanks for being out there. Be safe, and we'll be checking in with you throughout the morning.